your daily dose of English fluency.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to another episode of the Mr. English Master podcast. I am so happy you are here with us today. I am Sarah, and as always, I am joined by my good friend Alex. How is your heart today, Alex?
Haha, my heart is full, Sarah. Thank you for asking. It is a beautiful, quiet morning here, and I am just enjoying the sound of the birds outside. It makes me feel very calm. How about you?
I feel very peaceful too. I was just sitting with my tea before we started, thinking about how fast time moves. But today, I don't want to talk about fast things. I want to talk about the beauty of going slow.
Oh, I love that. In this world, everything is so fast. Fast food, fast internet, fast results. We are always in a rush, aren't we?
We really are. But before we dive into our topic, I want to play a little game with you, Alex, and with everyone listening at home or on the bus or wherever you are.
A game? I am ready. What are the rules?
It's a simple game. I want you to think about your last 7 days. Don't look for a big trophy or a huge promotion. I want you to tell me what was your smallest win this week, your tiniest small win.
Let me think. My smallest win. Oh, I have one. Usually when I wake up, I immediately check my phone. I scroll for 20 minutes. But 2 days ago, I didn't. I just sat by the window for 5 minutes and breathed. It felt so small, almost insignificant.
Insignificant. That is a perfect word for our game, Alex. Let's stop and look at that word for our master family. Insignificant. It sounds like a big word, but it means something very small or not important, like a tiny drop of water in the ocean. For example, saying one thank you might feel insignificant, but it can change someone's whole day.
Right, so my 5 minutes of sitting quietly felt insignificant because it didn't change my whole life in one day, but it was a win.
Exactly, and that is exactly what we are talking about today, the 1% progress rule. The idea that if you get just 1% better every single day, by the end of the year, you will be 37 times better than when you started.
37 times? Wow, that is not just a small change. That is a total transformation.
Transformation, another powerful word. A transformation is a complete change in someone or something, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It doesn't happen in a minute, it is a slow transformation. For example, learning a new language is not just about words, it is a transformation of how you see the world.
I love that image. But Sarah, why do we hate the 1%? Why do we always want the 100% right now?
I think it's because we're afraid of time, Alex. We feel like we're running out of it. When we start learning English, we look at a thick book and we feel overwhelming pressure.
Overwhelming, yes. I know that feeling so well. Overwhelming is when something is too much to handle. It's like a giant wave coming at you. For example, having 10 projects to finish in one day can feel very overwhelming.
And when we feel overwhelmed, we usually do nothing. We stay in bed, we scroll our phones, because 100% feels too hard, so we don't even try the 1%.
That is so true. I remember when I wanted to start running, I thought, I have to run 5 miles today. And of course, I didn't do it. It was too much. But then I told myself, just put on your shoes and walk to the end of the street.
And did it work?
It did. Walking to the end of the street felt like that 1%. It was easy. It wasn't scary. And once I was outside, I thought, well, I am already here. Maybe I can walk a bit more.
That is the secret. The 1% is a trick for your brain. It makes the big mountain look like a small hill. But here's the hard part, Alex. The 1% doesn't show results immediately. If you study English for 10 minutes today, you won't be fluent tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's where people give up. They do the work for a week, they look in the mirror, and they don't see any change. They feel like they have hit a plateau.
Plateau. Ugh, we have all been there. A plateau is a period where you keep working, but you don't see any progress. It feels like you're walking on a flat road instead of climbing up. For example, many English learners feel they hit a plateau after they reach the intermediate level. They study, but they feel stuck.
It's so frustrating. You feel like the 1% is a lie. You think, why am I doing this? It doesn't matter.
But that is the most important moment. That is where you need consistency.
Consistency, the master habit. Consistency means doing the same thing regularly, again and again, even when you don't feel like it. Like brushing your teeth. You don't do it once a month for 5 hours, you do it every day for 2 minutes. That is consistency.
Exactly. Consistency is the bridge between a dream and a reality. If you can just stay consistent during that plateau, something magic happens. It's called compounding.
Compounding? That sounds like a math word, Sarah.
It is, but it's also a life word. Compounding is when the small interests or small gains start to build on top of each other, like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's tiny, but then it picks up more snow and suddenly it's huge. For example, your daily 10 minutes of listening to this podcast is compounding your vocabulary every single day.
Wow, so the 1% I did today is not just 1%, it's also helping the 1% I will do tomorrow.
Precisely. It builds up, but we have to be patient. We have to believe in the quiet growth. I think about my garden, Alex. When I plant a seed, I don't see anything for weeks. I water it and nothing. I water it again and nothing. It looks, as we said, insignificant.
But under the ground, things are happening.
Yes, the roots are growing, the plant is getting ready, and then one day a tiny green leaf pops up, and then it grows fast. That's how English is. That's how your life is.
That makes me feel so much better, Sarah, because sometimes I feel like a failure because I didn't do something big today. But if I just did my 1%, I'm actually winning.
You are definitely winning. But Alex, let's talk about the hard days, the days where you are tired, the days where you are sad. How do we keep going then?
I think that requires perseverance.
Perseverance. What a beautiful, strong word. Perseverance is the quality of continuing to do something even when it is difficult or when there are problems. It is like a runner who keeps going even when their legs hurt. For example, learning English takes a lot of perseverance because there are so many rules to remember.
Perseverance is not about being fast. It's about not stopping. I always tell myself, if I can't run, I will walk. If I can't walk, I will crawl, but I will keep moving in the right direction.
That is the spirit of a master, Alex. I think our listeners can relate to this. Maybe they are sitting there thinking, I only learned 5 new words today. That's nothing. But Master Family, those 5 words are your 1%. Those 5 words are part of your future transformation.
Yeah, and don't compare your 1% to someone else's 50%. Maybe that person is on day 300 of their journey, and you are on day 1. That is okay. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday.
So true. I once read that if you improve by 1% for a year, you end up 37 times better. But if you get 1% worse every day, you move down almost to 0.
Oh, that is a scary thought. So drifting is also compounding.
Yes, if we choose the easy, bad habit every day, it also builds up. 1 skipped English lesson is fine. 2 is okay. But a month of skipped lessons? That is a pattern of drifting.
That is why we have to be, what was that word you used before? Intentional?
Intentional. Choosing the 1% on purpose, even when we are tired.
This conversation has really made me think, Sarah. I realize that I am often too hard on myself. I want the butterfly, but I don't want to wait for the caterpillar stage.
We all do, Alex. We all do. But the caterpillar stage is where the strength is built. Without the struggle in the cocoon, the butterfly's wings would never be strong enough to fly.
Wow. So the plateau, the feeling of being overwhelmed, the insignificance of our daily work, it is all part of the wing building.
Exactly. It is all preparing you for your transformation.
Sarah, I think it's time. Should we look at our words again for everyone?
I think so. Let's walk through our word tour for today. Listeners, breathe in and let's see what we learned.
I'll start. The first word was insignificant. It means something very small or not important, like one small step on a long road.
Then we had transformation, a complete and beautiful change, like how your confidence grows as you learn more English.
Next was overwhelming, when something feels too much to handle, like a giant wave of work or stress.
And then plateau, a flat period where you don't see any progress, even though you are still working hard.
We also talked about consistency, doing something regularly, day after day, to build a habit.
Then there was compounding, the magic of small gains building on top of each other to create something huge.
Don't forget perseverance, the strength to keep going even when things are difficult or slow.
What a powerful list, Alex. If you master these words, you master the mindset of growth.
You really do. And remember, you don't have to use all these words perfectly today. Just try to use one. That is your 1% for today.
Exactly. Use one word in a sentence and you are already better than you were 10 minutes ago.
Sarah, I am feeling very encouraged. I think I'm going to go and do my 1% for my piano practice now. I've been hitting a plateau lately, but now I know I just need to keep watering the seed.
I am so happy to hear that, Alex. Go and nurture those roots.
I will.
And to our master family listening all around the world, thank you. Thank you for choosing to spend these minutes with us. It might feel like a small thing, but this time you spent listening is compounding into a better future for you.
Yes, thank you. You are brave for trying. You are strong for sticking with it.
Before we go, we have a final challenge for you. Remember our game from the start?
Oh yes, the small win game.
Master family, go to the comments right now. Write one sentence. Tell us, what was your smallest win this week? Use the word insignificant or consistency if you can.
For example, my win was insignificant. I only read one page of an English book, but I am happy.
Or, I'm working on my consistency. I listened to this podcast for 10 minutes today.
We can't wait to read them. Your small wins give us energy too.
They really do. We are all in this together, 1% at a time.
Take a breath. You are doing great.
Take care of your dreams and take care of your hearts. We will see you in the next episode of Mr. English Master.
Stay consistent. Stay brave. Bye-bye.